Hey YouTube, it's Hannah Loba. If you want more MotoAmerica content, check out the new and vastly improved MotoAmerica Live Plus app. It's the only place you can catch all the race action in one place all season long. Click the link in the description below.
This mixed weekend, Logan Cunnis and Jason on pole, 137.417.
Great lap for him. Then our defending champion, Dreyer, with Medina, Batty, Woodworth, and Ryan Wolf, who I believe second in points right now. Greg Ryan is, so he's starting from the second row. Block, Fernandez, Chapin, who we saw win in Atlanta. Kesey, Dreyer, and Carson King will round out row number 4. A little further back, Solly Mervis, Juliana Fernandez, Landon Smith, Barber, Rivera, and Hollingsworth. And then Black, James, Williams, Gendron, Rothenberger is back on row 8. You know, you always expect that the winner could come from the first like 2 rows, but man, we got a real solid first 3 rows here today with Chapin coming from 9th. So you're going to keep an eye on him as he won in Atlanta.
One of the better tracks to start here at Barber Motorsports Park. A nice sweeping left-hander into turn number 1, but you got to keep your eyes when we get to turn 5, Charlotte's Web. Lights are off, we're racing. Oh, a little bit of movement on row number 2. We'll see if there's a penalty there, but here we go. The clutches are out, and it looks like our number 1 plate's going to lead us into turn number 1.
Yeah, he got a great jump, did Dreyer. And yesterday during one of the sessions, Greg, it had rained in the middle of the session, and I saw Avery just sitting patiently. Everybody else went out, and with about 4 or 5 minutes to go, Avery kind of got himself out there, showing that experience of a champion as far as not being in too big of a hurry when the conditions weren't perfect. But you look here, he finds himself at the front. We saw him have a little tip-off in the first round of the season, so he's got a little bit of points to make up as we see him really backing up 3-4 wide down into turn 5 that first opening lap.
That's extremely downhill. A good overhead shot, but you don't get the sensation there. So Dreyer on the Bad Boys Racing, this entire field on Kawasaki Ninja 400s. Heading towards the museum corner, starting to sort themselves out in second place.
These guys don't want to see that gap get too much bigger to the number 1. As you can see, Dreyer is really trying to get away from guys here as he's already probably got maybe a little bit of like a half-second lead, maybe, Greg, as they go through that like chicane on the back straightaway. So they're going to have to get a little bit organized and not duff each other up too much.
Levy Batty in the mix back there as well on the 71. Now, Jay, what's interesting about Junior Cup, we see it time and time again, is somebody who gets out front for a lap or 2, and then as the riders get more comfortable, as a move up the inside.
Yeah, it was Eli Block that got a great start, Greg, from back there on that 3rd row. So he had moved himself up, and you can see Isaac Woodworth made a great pass as they came into that final little complex.
And she hopes to go into sports administration or maybe racing administration someday, but for now she's going to stick to racing on the racetrack herself. Not just quick out there, but she finished her degree in 3 years as well.
Right there, as you can see now, he's on the left of Dreyer as well. Isaac Woodworth has also gone. We've got a lead battle of about 11-12 bikes that are all nose to tail. Nobody's really getting away. So as you can see here, Dreyer goes back down the inside of Batty as they went down into Charlotte's Web. So this is kind of what we expect to see in this class. A lot of dicing, a lot of passing back and forth.
With Levy Batty in second place, Avery Dreyer, national champion, number 1 plate, trying to hold on to the lead. Down the hill they go, and it's going to be Levy Batty who takes over the spot, JP, as Avery Dreyer down into turn 5 takes the spot, but he has to go wide, and all of a sudden, just like that, we're going 3 wide for the lead.
Good for Logan. Logan's done a really nice job as we saw him get himself into second place, going through the big, long right-hand sweepers at the end of the lap, and now he's got himself all the way up into the lead. So we're just behind them. You can see Jaden Fernandez and Isaac Woodworth. Both those guys are there. Jaden looks like he's made the pass on Isaac for 4th, so Fernandez is up to that spot. You can see there's the battle for 4th and 5th. And Trenton Kesey looks like he's going to get a good run on them as they head down towards very, very sharp, very, very difficult.
4th place from 3rd as these three start to make their mark on this race. There's not a lot of places here, JP, at Barber Motorsports Park to really draft and pass to work with each other. It's like you just got to start throwing it into corners and making moves.
Yeah. And then down into here as we see Batty again. He's going to go up underneath Cunnison. Is Cunnison able to cut it back up underneath him on the exit? Looks like he is. Dreyer just a little bit behind them now. He'll get a double bike draft, and he'll bring that whole field of riders behind him, Greg, back to the front with these two guys. It's gone back by Levi Batty. Logan Cunnison trying to make a break right now as we have a rider down in the back. That looks like...
Hard to see. 32?
There, 32.
Yeah, Carson King.
Yeah, Carson King.
Carson King just lost the front.
Dreyer's going down into turn 5 with his arm in the air. So we've had a little bit of attrition here on this lap. So you can see him looking down. Maybe it's a linkage or something going on with the shifter that he's out. This is a big hit for him, Greg, because like I said, we saw him fall over in the first race, and now he's going to get another no-point score here possibly.
Fast track, it's not as technical, so it really lends itself to the bike and to how he likes to ride. What I think is really interesting is that he's only 15 years old, and he is homeschooled right now, so he actually, it looks like we have a rider down here.
Yeah, we do. Keezy's down, Hannah. And no points scored in race number 2. This is going to be a huge boost in the championship if Cunnison can hold on to this one as we come through our final set of corners for our race leader. It's going to be 1 lap to go as positions still being jostled around. And who's on that Wolf Racing Ninja 400? He's really got to figure out a way to maximize his points with Levi Batty blocking his way to Medina. This last lap so important as we continue to look forward. A championship that used to be 18 races long has now dropped quite a few races, so every point scoring opportunity makes a difference here in MotoAmerica Junior Cup.
Yeah, this is going to be a big scrap all the way down to the end. You can see Batty right now is trying to get down the inside here of Medina, and he goes down the inside. We understand we've got about 1.5 laps to go in this race, Greg, so we'll see. There's no white flag out on our screen, so or out from our commentating position, so I know they still have 1.5 laps to go. So we'll see. Like again, Batty, fastest first split, but it's only a 10th. Only a 10th, Greg, from our guy who's actually leading. Is that Dreyer? I can't tell who that is.
But that also could be...
That's coming up over the back there. I saw him go back out as we have a red flag situation with a bike in the track here.
It's a red flag situation, and with the amount of laps that we have completed, this race should be called complete. And looking unofficially at that, looks like it's going to be Cunnison, Medina, Levi Batty, Ryan Wolf, Chapin, Fernandez, Woodworth, Ella Dreyer in 8th, Solly Mervis in 9th from 13th place, and Ryan Barber your top 10, but we'll wait for the confirmation of that.
Did we hear it was Marcus Williams maybe that tipped off there? I just saw the white, but I believe we're hearing it might have been Marcus Williams.
Could be the down. 18?
Yeah, maybe the
sorry, in 86, in 18th place.
Yes. This guy did the job though, Greg. 58 Logan Cunnison. I mean, he was able to get to the front, and like he said, or like he told Hannah, he felt like he had the pace to get away, and it looks like he's going to get his first win.
On the last lap, and there's the crash, just out on the grass, trying to get it turned.
Yep.
Just using a little too much racetrack, and it is indeed Williams on the 86 who goes down. Here's a look at those results. 2 seconds over Medina, Levi Batty, Ryan Wolf, who didn't get to play out their strategy. Neither did Chapin, Fernandez, and Ella Dreyer. A great result for Dreyer back in 8th place.
This Junior Cup race number 1 here at Barber Motorsports Park. And Roger, one of the things that I loved that Yandel Medina said after that 2nd place finish, first of all, he's the only rider in Junior Cup who's finished on the podium in the 3 races so far this season. But he thanked his family for sticking with him and been doing this for 3 years now. And finally, he's up here competing. And that really comes from nobody giving up.
Yeah, and just you can't do it without your family, especially in Junior Cup. You just think about all the commitment the parents make, not only financially, but the time as well. And for him, just showing that experience, he talked about the last couple of years, and now he's consistent and he's not making the mistakes. He's been on the podium. He wants to win the title. He wants to, he mentioned all those other riders that he wanted to follow into their footsteps.